Hello everybody, welcome to this wonderful reading that I'm going to do. I'm going to be doing a reading for a Sagittarius that's going to go for, um, well, I'll say around August 21st to the 28th of 2024. This reading will provide what's going on, and we're going to see what's going on in that way. This is going to be a wonderful reading, and I hope that you enjoy because this is just how it seems to be. The start off is going to be very interesting of how it goes. I will show you about the oracle cards and everything else and how it seems to be, and knowing about how it is. So, this is going to be very interesting, and I'm going to clarify about it as well. Um, if you hear any background noise, I'm in a cafe shop. It's kind of like how it is. So if you hear any background noise in the background, it's very interesting of how it seems to be. Um, it's kind of how it is, but background noise you need it, right? But sometimes it's annoying as it seems to be. So just remember that, and this is how it goes in one way or another, and this is how it seems to be. So this is the way of how it goes in one way or another, and this is how it is in one way or another, and this is how it seems to be. So I'm going to show you what the oracle cards for you, Sagittarius, and this is what it seems to be. So the first one is acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. That's how it seems to be, right? Because in one way or another, we have to accept of how things are, and we have to know about it because that's what it seems to be. We need to understand that as it goes along. Okay. The next one is health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Yeah, because health is a priority, right? Because you need to comfort your health, you need to accept that, and you have to think about how things are in one way or another, and when you do that, you have to accept that as it seems to be, okay? The next one is honesty. I cannot always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Yeah, because you have to be honest. Honesty is a very wonderful way, and you have to be amazing how things are, and you have to how everything is in one way or another. And this is how it seems to be. This is not a ship-shape situation. This is the way it goes, but this is how it seems to be. Okay. Another one is the Lady of the Mirror. Reflection, non-judgment. Yeah, because you're going to remember how it is, and you have to use your reflection of how things are. And if you look at yourself as a mirror, you have to change the way how you look, the way how you represent yourself, and have your own appearance and everything else, right? These things will decide, but that's how it goes. Okay. And last but not least, the second last but not least is the Dragon's Duel. Inner conflict, morality, conscious choice. Yeah, you might have basically some conflict, maybe that could go on, but you need to accept it about how things are in one way or another, and it's the way it seems to be. It's the way of how to do it in one way or another. This is how it goes. This is the way it seems to be. This is the way how you can do it. This is the way of how it seems to be. And knowing about how it is the truth. And you have to do that, right? It's the way of how it seems to be. Okay. The next one is the Metal King. Is discipline, armor, and boundaries. Yeah, so you might even have some boundaries. Maybe you're going to look at it. You might have a discipline. But there is ways that you need to understand of how it is, and you have to understand. This is the way of how it is. It's the way of knowing what to do, and you have to believe on how things are. Everything will, how it is, but it's the way of how you can look at it. It's the way of knowing. This is what it seems to be. Okay. So those are the oracle cards that I already told you about. Basically, you will see the other side of this reading that I'm going to impose. That's Core Moon and Sagittarius. Practice gratitude. This is how it seems to be for you, and I hope that this reading helps you. And I hope that this is going to be very interesting, Sagittarius, because you need to know, you need to conquer your own beliefs and understand that. This is the way it goes. This is the way of knowing what to do, and this is what it seems to be. So this reading will be still the same as it goes along, and just give me 1 second, because I'm going to tell you what's going on through this entire reading. it's the way of knowing what to do, and you have to see it as it goes on. So I will tell you what's going on in this reading, and this is what it seems to be. So I'm going to turn the camera this way. This is how it's going to go. So I'm going to, hopefully you guys can see this as it goes along. So in this reading, you have to provide about what's going on in this reading. It seems to be very interesting of how it goes in one way or another, and everything can be all, straightened out and how it is in one way or another. And this is what it seems to be. So when you look at this reading, you think to yourself, alright, so this is how it goes. So you have the Knight of Water, you have the Ace of Earth, you have the King of Fire, and you have the Queen of Water. So, we have the Ace of Earth is inflow, abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. That's how it seems to be for you. The King of Fire is motivation, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic, focus, communicate with vision, be a leader, advice from someone creative. That's what you're going to do for that one. The Queen of Water is tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, loving. Relationship developed to a new level. Trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. That's how you seem to be. And last but not least is the Knight of Water. Emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative, falling in love or wedding proposals. The need to balance emotions and invitation to a social event. That's how it seems to be. So you have at least, you have at least 9 zodiac signs in this picture. So you have basically Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Then you have Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. So you have 9 zodiac signs in this picture. Like, oh my lord, you have to think about it in one way or another, and this is what it seems to be. So you have to understand, but this is just how it is, one way or another, and it's very interesting. So it's the way of knowing what to do, and it's the way of how you can do things on your own, and you have to believe it on how it is, one way or another. And this is just how it goes. This is not like a stepping stone situation. It's the way it seems to be and proceed, because you have to believe about how things are one way or another, and this is how it seems to be. So I'm going to clarify on how it goes, and I have to clarify because this is what it seems to be. So let's see. I'm going to clarify the Ace of Earth. I'm going to clarify that card. So you have the Three of Pentacles reversed, and you have the 7 of Wands reversed. Interesting. Don't know what's going on with that card. The World is upright because you have completion. Everything is completed one way or another, and this is why it seems to be for you. It's the way of knowing what to do, and this is the way it seems to be. Knowing that this is just the way it goes, this is how it's going to look. I'm going to clarify the Knight of Water and the King of Fire. The Nine of Cups is upright, followed by the Two of Cups is upright. Yeah, because you think about how things are, you're in love with it, and you're in love with somebody, and you need to understand how it is one way or another. It's the way of focusing on your ability to understand that, and it's the way of how you can understand how things are. Let me clarify the Queen of Water. The Emperor is upright, and the Five of Cups is upright. Yeah, because in this situation, Sagittarius, there are things that you're trying to understand where you have that way of believe about how things are, where you have structure, you have the ability to think about what's going on. And maybe you're thinking about money, you think about how you can do things, this is the way of comforting your own way, your own beliefs, and this is what it seems to be. This is just how it is one way or another, because you have to, in that situation, you have to believe what how things are. It's the way of knowing what to do, and you have to believe it. In order to achieve something, you need to understand. You need to figure out how things are. It's the way of knowing. This is like maybe like novelty in your mind. Maybe you need to have that. Maybe you need to figure out how things are. It's the way of seeing is believing. Believing is seeing. That's all you can do. But you need to have that perfection of knowing what to do. This is the way of knowing what to do. This is the way of how things are. You have to believe about how it is. If you look at the positive, you look at the positive, not the negative. You have to put yourself into that perspective to know what's going on. Right? So anyway, this is a good reading session. So the point being is that in this reading, you have to pay attention about everything involved in it. Do you have structure? Do you have everything else? And this is the way it seems to be. Right, so what's going on? So I'm going to go from this side all the way down that side. So I'm going to verify here again. Okay, so you have the 10 pencil reverse because there's no wealth. But then you have the ace of cup reverse because there's no satisfaction. No. The devil reverses, there's no obsession, not yet. But you have the high priestess who's upright because you have inner voice. Yeah, you're using your inner voice. You need to use that to, put on that pressure to understand that. It's, using that bold point of knowing what to do, but one way or another. We're going to clarify the 9 of cups and the 2 of cups. The 2 of wands reversed because there's no planning on something, but then the tower is upright because there's transformation. Yeah, everything is going to be transforming in one way or another. Everything is going to be shifted in one way or another, and you need to understand that. The Emperor and the 5 of cups, I'm going to see what's going on. Yeah, so the 3 pencils upright because there's excitement. Yeah, because look at this. You have inner voice, transformation, excitement. When you look at these things together, it's the way of how it goes. It's the way of knowing what to do, and you have to face your own abilities from right and wrong. I'm going to clarify the tower. So, the Knight of Pentacles reversed because there's no trust. The 2 Pentacles reversed because there's no balance. Well, but then you have the 9 of Pentacles upright because there's comfort. So you have inner voice, comfort, and excitement. That's the way of how it looks one way or another. So you could be dealing with a Virgo type of Taurus and another. It's the way of how it seems to be. It's the way of knowing what to do, and when you face that, you have to face that there are these 2 options. And it's the way of knowing what to do. It's the way of knowing how things are, and you have to let things happen in all ones, You have to think. And when you do that, you have to see this as like almost a pure out of the table. That's how it goes. This is not how it is. This is the way of knowing. Because you look at this and you think, okay, well, I got this, right? And when things are going sideways, you have to look at that, Because this is not like a grain of salt. This is not like a grain of salt. This is not a cup of coffee. This is not a fountain. You have to understand about how things are in one another, and you have to provide what's going on. You have to proceed with caution. You have to understand how it is. It's the way of knowing. This is the way of how things are. Because in this reading, you have to pay attention to it. Yes, there might be, how to understand it, but you need to understand that this is just like fear-based and how it is. This is the way of how it is. This is not the pre-crumbles. This is not about making yourself, a cake or anything like that. No, you have to put things into that perspective to know what to do. You have to pay attention to it. It's the way of knowing, and it's the way of how it seems to be. Because when you look at this reading, you have to have inner voice, comfort, excitement, when you have the 9 of Pentacles reversed, there's no trust. But you need to have that the way of how it seems to be, Sagittarius. Yet for your own way, I'm not to help you, I'm just telling you what the reading is. We're almost done with this reading. So this is what it seems to be for you. It's the way of how it goes. So you have to figure out this out. So what's the universe is saying? This reading. Reverse. Fool. So that's your reverse. Strength card is up right now because you have to have that strength. So this is what the reading is for you. Yeah, it does make sense. It really does make sense. Let's see. Oh yeah, so you have the 2, and 5, that is 6. Basically, you have February, May, and June. These are the months. So these could be how it is. If you put the 2 and 2 make 4, so that would be basically April, May, and June. That's how it is. You could be doing 6 and 5 and 11. So that could be basically 11th month, 11th day of 11th hour. It could be November. That could be it. But this is what it seems to be. So in this reading, this is what I have for you, and you have to pay attention to it. So it's just the way how it goes when you answer. This is what it seems to be. On what the universe is saying. Basically what the universe is saying is that you are fine. Contentment, peace, and abundance. A happy home life. Successful completion of projects. That's how it seems to be for you. And it's the way of how it goes and remember it. This is how it seems to be. It's the way of how it seems to be when we remember it, and this is how it's going to go. So I hope that this really helps you. Enjoy, and this is what's going on. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And this is what it seems to be. So thank you so much.